Good morning, everyone. My name is Mary Kim A. Humisilio. I'm taking up of Bachelor of Technology and Livelihood Education, major in Home Economics, third year. Writing prompt examples. There are four: the narrative, imaginative, expository, and persuasive. The first is the narrative. A narrative is a story that you write or tell to someone, usually in a great detail. A narrative can be a work of poetry or prose, or even song, theater, or dance. This is the example of narrative. The first experience in the kitchen, that will be the title. As a young girl, I always fascinated by my mother's cooking skills, and I was also very fond of all cooking programs that they played in the television. On top of that, I loved to eat all kinds of foods and was desperate to try out new recipes. In short, I was foodie since young. However, the kitchen always had an invisible stop sign placed somewhere my mother and aunts. My family didn't want me in the kitchen at such a young age for an obvious reason. Since one day, when my mother finally allowed me to enter the prohibited area, handed me a knife, turned on the flame, and allowed me to learn and explore. This is the example of narrative. Next would be the imaginative. The imaginative is to be inventive and original. If you enjoy coming up with stories, writing songs, or just thinking about things in new ways, you're an imaginative person. So this would be the example of imaginative. The title would be the My Imagination. Everybody, old and young, have an active an imagination. Yes, it's true. But we all express indifferently than others. For me, I express my imagination with my artwork. And for example, when I was younger, I watched a lot of cartoons just like any other kid. My favorite cartoon at the time was He-Man. I loved the show so much that I frequently dreamed and imagined of being strong like him. But I knew it could be not be a possible, so instead of dreaming, I drew up an entire comic book of myself being a super strong and superhero just like He-Man. All thanks to my vivid imagination and artistic ability. I'm sure I'm not the only one has done something and similar. That would be the example of the imaginative. Next would be the expository. So the first few minutes of the first date typically consists of expository chit chat, meaning that when people feel each other in on the basics. So where they from what they studied in school and what they want to be when they grow up. It is a background info. So the example of expository, basic cooking steps for baking, that is the title. Most people have a basic idea of what they need when they need cook at home. But most people do not have the experience to know what's good and what's not. However, the art of baking is still the most basic and natural use. The baking method is used to make cakes, cookies, crackers, pastries, puddings, and more. Together, they are called baked goods and they can be found in bakeries using traditional and modern cooking techniques. So the last would be the persuasive. A persuasive is if you have a knack for getting people to do things, your most persuasive friend might be able to talk you into riding in a hot air balloon or despite your fear of the heights. So this would be the example of the persuasive. Okay, so the online education, that will be the title. And the online education is a form of education where students use their home computers through the internet. Since the pandemic started, it is a new way to continue education where the COVID-19 is still spreading. Online learning offers teachers an efficient way to deliver lessons to students. Online learning, it has a number of tools such as videos, PDFs, podcasts, and teachers can use all these tools as a part of their lesson plans. However, for many students, one of the biggest challenges of online learning is struggling with focusing on the screens for a long period of time. When online learning, there is also a greater chance for students to be easily distracted by the social media or other sites. Therefore, it is imperative for the teachers to keep their online classes crisp, engaging, and interactive to help students stay focused on their lesson. So that will be the example of persuasive. So that will be all. Thank you for watching and God bless you.